Okay, this is our first episode of African American African. Slap, and you are
You just have to call me Koi.
okay.
Not Koi like the pond, like the fish. This is different.
Okay, and what is your nationality?
Oh, I'm the real African American.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'm African, I'm also American.
You're African.
Yeah.
That's with an American citizenship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the real deal.
And I'm African American or black from here in America. And where are you from?
So, originally Kenya, but I don't know that I can say. Let's just go with that because I don't want to get political.
Okay. Well, I'm from San Fran, born and raised. So I guess part of the whole idea in the thought of this podcast was to just bring more light to situations where there aren't, especially here in America, there aren't a lot of situations where, you know, an African is married with a black person, or you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know my roots and everything through DNA testing and stuff, which lead back to Africa.
Right.
Hmm?
I was like, yeah, but you know, when you asked me where I'm from,
Mm-hmm.
and I was saying I don't want to get political, it's because, you know, Kenya wasn't Kenya until not too long ago, like 1800s, I believe.
You said not too long ago. Like, man, they just changed it a couple of weeks ago. They were just.
No. I mean, so like we've been in existence for thousands of years, but then all of a sudden now someone decides this is gonna be Kenya and you're gonna be Kenyan. So I'm thinking, well, I guess geographically and so that people can know this is the area, but that wasn't originally where I'm from. Like my people are not Kenyan, we are Kikuyus,
Mm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, even after you did your DNA test, you could see just how vast your DNA goes throughout the whole of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people would go and trade. We had kingdoms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I said recently is because 1800s is just the other day, you know?
Yeah.
But we've been in existence for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, my DNA goes back thousands and thousands of years. So when you ask me where I'm from, I guess for everybody's sake, I'm going to say Kenya so they know exactly what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
All right. Well, I know you OG, original gangster. So, let me just ask. I mean, how was life growing up for you in Kenya as opposed to being here now?
Okay, so first of all, I wasn't black. I was just a girl growing up, you know? And I didn't even think about myself being black until I left the continent, you know? So it was just me and just living and being alive and trying to make something out of myself.
What type of things were you doing over at home?
Oh boy.
Like as a teenage girl, what were you
Oh my
into?
God, I was getting into all sorts of trouble. I mean, I'm not proud to say this, but yeah, I mean, I bullied some people in high school, you know, got in trouble.
It is so fitting too because you're.
What do you mean?
Well, no, because you're first of all you're 5'2", so short people are bullies.
How? If anything, it would be the other way around.
No.
You would think the big kids are the
I
bullies.
remember the first day that I experienced that. I mean, first of all, that was always talk of your demeanor from our daughter's classmates. Were like, your mom is so mean looking. But that time when we were in the theater, remember that time we were in the theater? And
What are you talking about?
the time we were in the theater, we were trying to watch Birth of a Nation or something.
No.
And those black chicks kept talking over in the corner. And
Oh no, that was Black Panther.
no, it was not Black Panther. It was not. It was something like Birth of a Nation. We were one of like only 6 people in the theater, and they were just. Was it the Nat Turner? Yeah, I think that was Birth of a Nation or something. It was a Nat Turner
Okay.
story.
I don't even remember.
And like 40 minutes into the movie, because they were talking through the whole entire thing, and just out of nowhere, you're just like, "Are you serious?" And everybody was just like, "What the hell?"
No,
And you're like,
no.
"You've been talking through the whole entire show."
Okay, so no, honest, how is that bullying? It's just me trying to tell you you're being obnoxious.
Yeah, it didn't
thing
even
is-
start off like, hey, excuse me, can you keep it down?
Hey,
Nothing
you're an
like that.
adult. And here's the thing, the screen came up before the movie starts, tells you not to be a menace, don't talk, silence your phone, turn that stuff off, don't mess the movie and be talking all over the movie.
Mhm.
And so
Don't mess the movie.
the polite, what are you talking about? Just wait. The polite version of please be nice to other people watching the movie has already been announced. So how much more polite do you need to get after you've been talking for 30% of the movie?
Okay, I get it. I'm just saying, it was just kind of a unexpected sight.
No.
So back to bullying.
How
Back-
no, wait,
back
wait,
to
wait,
bullying.
wait. How is that unexpected when someone's
Oh,
telling
just because your
you're-
voice was like you were just about to get up and go over there and beat their asses. So I
Well,
was like-
that depends. How are you going to respond to me telling you you're being obnoxious? Like, okay, are you gonna be, oops, sorry, my bad, or are you gonna be, what the fuck are you talking about? Then in that case, I'm gonna tell you what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay, back to what you were saying.
Oh, what was I talking?
Just a short version of how you grew up. What were you doing as a teenager?
Oh, well, when I say bullying, I'm not just
And the type of stuff you were into and stuff.
okay. So I acted. I tried to get into everything. I was doing some gymnastics. I was trying to get out of school as much as possible. So I was in the music festival, the drama festival, anything that would get me out of school.
So these things didn't take place at school?
Well, you had to go and rehearse. You had to go and compete.
So out of class.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't do much of school myself. I had drama for like a hot second.
Oh, you acted?
Yeah, I had a drama class for like a day or two or something.
That's probably why you didn't tell me anything about it. Because it's
I'm
only
just saying, I did a couple of things too. I had a camera class, an acting class. I remember I was in a drum class. But strangely enough, like all of this stuff was like not at the same time, different points in school, but all of it was just like for a day or something. Weird.
Why only a day?
I
though?
don't know. I don't know. I think maybe I ended up leaving the whole entire school shortly after.
Oh, that's probably why, huh?
Probably. It was, but these were different times in different schools, and
But what were you doing? I mean, you're over here trying to show how much of a bully I was, but what were you doing?
I wasn't doing nothing. I mean, I did. I'm not gonna say I bullied somebody, but I did have this thing where, I was a tall, skinny kid. I was like literally, sticks and bones. That's what I'd get talked about a lot. But I had this one thing where I remember I used to pick on this kid at school, and I'm not saying pick on. I never fought the guy, but he was the hugest kid in the whole entire school. In fact, he was abnormally big. It was just like this was like the 6th grade, and this guy looked like he was like a 3rd-year college student. Like it was
wow.
He was just abnormally big. And I don't know why, but one day in science class, he was sitting behind me, and he was about to sit in his chair, and I sporadically or spontaneously just reached back and yanked his chair from him as he went to go sit. And I saw that fall like in slow motion. His body just boom, with all the fat rolled up his back and all of this stuff. And I was just like, oh shit, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, so you felt bad about it.
No,
right?
I didn't feel bad. I felt my life was in threat. He got up and chased my ass around the class.
So you got what was coming to you.
No, he didn't. This is why I think I picked on him. Because the teacher broke it up, sent him to the office, and he got in trouble. The teacher didn't know what happened. Oh, I think I lied and said, well, my pen, I had my pen in my hand and I was stretching it. It got caught in his chair or something. I was really quick and witty. And but after school, he saw me. I exited from by the offices, which we were not allowed to do. But I was trying to get out of there because it was at the end of the day, and I knew it was coming. And then I saw him walking. Funny, the most huge, abnormally big kid in the whole entire school was walking with the only cholo in the school.
What's a cholo?
That's the American culture type thing for Hispanics. But he was like cholo. They got the top button, and then the rest of the buttons are open, like a
okay, like the top button of his shirt was.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like this Hispanic dude, Louis, I think his name was.
Okay.
And I just remember seeing dude take off his jacket, and he handed it to Louis, and he looked at me, and I was out of there. And I took off. The school was by these mountains, and there was lots and lots and lots of like brush, like a small forest. And we were like at the edge of town or something, and there was this like little mountain, and there was a daycare school in front. So I took off flying. I'm trying to get out of there, and I ran as fast as I could all the way to the edge of this gate, and at the school. It was about the length of a football field after going down a short hill, and I turned back and I didn't see anybody. And I was, trying to catch my breath, and then all of a sudden, here comes dude, and he's on a bicycle. And I'm like, where the fuck you get a bike? He took somebody's bike.
To follow you?
Yeah. So I'm sitting at the gate, and I'm like, oh shit. So I climb over the gate, and I hear, like I said, this is why I was picking on him, because of what happened next. So he came rolling all the way up. I was completely exhausted. I couldn't do anything else. I had climbed over the gate. He rolled up to the gate, and he looked at me, and he said, sorry, I'm just going to have to kick your ass. Right? And then he rolled down the trail around to the front of the building. Now, the trail, I'm on the left side, this gate of a playground of a daycare school. And on the right is all of this like small shrub. It went up a huge hill, but it was like full of trees. You couldn't even see through it. It was like a small woods, And he went rolling down the trail to the front of the school. And I'm sitting there out of breath looking at him right away, out of sight. I'm like, where's this clown going? Is he going around to meet me at the gate where the gate opens? And that's what he was doing. And I was like, oh, are you serious? So I climbed back over the gate and went back through the woods, And I never saw him. I don't know what happened after that. We didn't have any issues anymore. But like I said, I think that's probably why I was picking on the hugest dude in the whole entire school. And I think maybe it was an issue. I think I just felt I was smarter than the guy, And it's like, I mean, you're finna beat my ass, but you're gonna ride around to the front of the, around a whole building way out of sight.
Right. And I think it's a difference between what we considered bullying and what is considered bullying right now. Because for me, it was more like what I can get away with. But let's continue after the break.
Well, I don't know if it's a break. I think it's just a 15-minute recording. So I think this is going to be the end of our first episode.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So this was our first episode of African American African. And, of course, we don't have no sponsors or nothing like that right now. This is the ground blocks. This is the very beginning. This is the stepping stone. This is the first step So listen to this shit, like it, subscribe, and let us know what you think. Peace.